Morning, welcome back to the channel. We had a bit of an accident yesterday. You can see the doors. Turns out that the neighbor's dogs came by and scared the pigs, and they panicked and got woken up and smashed through the door to get out. We're going to survey the damage, figure out what we need to do to fix it, and probably put a new door on. So the pigs are eating, chickens are eating, those pigs are eating, and go from there. Alright, so what the pigs are eating, you can see that the door is completely broken off the hinges. I'll put a video of them getting spooked, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a barn style sliding track up here with a hanging door on rollers, and then we'll slide it out of the way. We might have problems with the power supply to make sure it closes, but I also want to leave a door so that we can open up a small portion of the main door so that they can get in and out, and then I can have it slow. So I might have to cut some kind of hole to mimic this sliding thing. But let's get this all taken down so that it doesn't cause any damage if it falls and hurts the pigs, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we removed that door. It was just held on by the carabiner clip that locks it. But as you can see, these are just hollow core closet doors that the previous owner had created for this. So there wasn't very much support because the screws were just into this. The hinge screws were just into this little small fascia. So the plan is I'll come back, measure, and probably put a rod, like a sliding track along this section here, and then the door will be able to slide out of the way in front of the window, I guess, because it's not wide enough. And then I'll just work out some kind of small access door that can slide up and down. Alright, off to the store to pick up some supplies. We'll get back to you in a moment. Alright, we're back from the store, and I just got the stuff out of the car, so let me show you what we got. We have a 10-foot long 16 gauge track. We have all the hardware, the handle, those are the brackets to hold it to the wall. That's the front little wheel, the guide wheel, various hardware, end stops, and here's the track rollers. And they just kind of fit in like this. And we'll ride. This is upside down. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount a 2x8 across the top of the doorway. Then we'll mount those 4 brackets, slide the track in, get it all level, and then I'll measure the distance I have for the opening. We'll cut and build the door, mount it, and have it slide open and shut. Okay, and what I've done here is I've just mocked up what it's going to look like when it's on the barn wall. This is going to represent my ledger board that's going to run 8 feet across the top of the door on the barn, which is going to touch the top of the fascia of the overhang and just have enough room for the jamb of the door, which will go here. And so I can measure to make sure I have enough room for the hole, for the bracket that holds the rail, some adjustment space up and down, and inside of the door frame that's going to go on this bracket here. So that'll give me my height that I need so that I know that I've got enough room for my door and where this is. So I'm just going to go do this in stages. I'm not measuring anything really. I'm just going to go take the ledge board, hang it up with some screws, and then what I'll be doing is I'll be lag bolting through these brackets, through the barn, and I'll put a washer and nut on the inside, so that will hold everything. But the ledger board is just going to be held up with 3-inch screws. I'm just carrying this bar down because it doesn't fit on the tractor. There's the puppies. Enjoying the last few weeks of nice summer before fall kicks in. Here's our 8-foot long boards that we'll be making the ledger out of and of the door itself. The track is 10 feet long, so we'll be putting the ledger board up and putting those brackets near the end, 2 in the center, 1 at the other end, and then the track will just overhang, because I'm not going to cut the ledger board to be the full length. We'll just let it overhang. Now we'll go back and get the tractor with the screws, the brackets, everything, and we'll just quickly put this up. What's all the noise for in there? Putting out a warning sign. Alright, so first thing I did was I removed the other door. I'm going to clean off the ledger with a broom. Put some temporary screws into the first 2x8 there and screw it up above where I want the track to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws with the Milwaukee, and we'll go carry it over there, hang it up, and I'll come back at you. Alright, so that's the ledger board up. And now I'll put all 4 brackets on, and I'll slide the rail in, and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so there's the brackets up. There's 4 of them there. The way I did this was I put 1 at the end, because that's where the door is going to be hanging the most often. And there, and the center one there, and then this one just out over the hanging a bit further, because the rod will be over there a bit more. So let's go get the rod now. We'll slide it in. That was a bit heavy to do with one person because I didn't want to step in their muck pool. So the bar is up. The track is up. So you can see that it runs there with just a bit of overhang here. So let's get the dolly wheels and see how that looks. All right, so then we slide this in here. That. And there we go. And just to recap, I will be taking out these little screws. They're just temporary to hold the track and everything, make sure everything's working right. I will be using lag bolts to go from here all the way through the barn to the inside. So I think that'll be enough with some more screws holding the ledger board on, but there we go. And this will be perfect for the overhang I needed, so that door will come higher than the frame, and it will come flush with the electrical box here, just short. Now this doorway is 51 inches wide, and I have 8-inch wide board, which is actually 7.25 inches, so I might have to build out the inside of the frame a bit, because I don't want to use like a really long board. Or maybe I'll use 8 boards instead of 7 across. We'll see. But that's the first part of it. Only took about 10 minutes, so I'm very happy with that. Now I'll measure and go get my lag bolts for those, because they'll have to come. Oh, we're gonna have a problem. We are probably gonna come out through my board there. Hey, look at the big spider. That might be a problem. I might have to just lag it into the wall there, which there's no support in there, so well, we're gonna drill a hole. We'll see what we got with. We'll come back at you in a little while. All right, back from the store, and I have the bolts I need. They only had 10 inches, so I'm gonna have to measure them and then cut off the length that I actually need, which is probably about 8. So I have those. I have some washers, and I have a bit. The only one long enough. I don't know how long that is. Definitely longer than I need, but can you ever have one that's too long? Am I right, guys? And then PL for when I start building the door, I'll be able to PL it together to make it even stronger. And this is the bracket I took off to do all my measurements with. So let's go and drill, lag these so that that part is done. Okay, so we're going to use the drill, the obscenely long drill bit, and we're going to drill our first hole and see if we come out okay. Yeah, so that came right through the molding at the top. Well, so it's not so bad. I'll put a carriage bolt through it, I'm going to mark it, and then we'll cut them all. Then inside, you can see where it came out right there. So I'm just going to measure a bit, and then I'll cut off the excess, because I'm actually going through the other way, so do it to like there. So now that we have that measured, we're going to go cut them on the portaband, and then we'll be able to do the other 3. And always remember to put your nut on first, so that when you cut this, if the threads get screwed up, you can chase them back out with the nut. Good. I'll just repeat that for the other ones. And then I'm just going to use the grinding wheel to get rid of some of the burrs that are on these. Alright, that's the bolts done. Let's go and mount them.
Oh no.
Okay, now that these are cut, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm going to be going from the inside to the outside, because it has this nice looking pan head. I'll be putting a large washer so that it takes up all the space on the pan head, and that'll be on the inside, although it'll be on the edge of that quarter round or molding. It'll come out, and then I'll put the small washer and the nut. So let's go attach that now. Good? Yep. Drill 3 more holes. So that's what that looks like. Very happy with that. And I'm just going to repeat it now for those 3. Well, look how close I came to hitting that wire. Stupid me, eh? Close. So I'm gonna have to move the wire. Hey Spider. When I do these ones, I'll have to move that wire. And maybe that Spider. Don't move, Spider. Don't move, Spider. We're okay. You can hang out there, that's fine. So I didn't want to say it to jinx myself, but I was impressed that I didn't hit any studs on the way in. But on that one, on the right-hand side, I definitely hit something metal, which dulled the blade and it made it drilling that other hole on the left way more difficult. So let's just put that last lag bolt in. I'm gonna do 79 inches. All right, so back after lunch. I'm now in shirt 3 for this build. I think I'm gonna bring the wood up and lay it here and build the door flat on the ground here. But what I'm gonna do now is when I go down to get the wood, I'm gonna bring these brackets and see where I can place them. I think I wanna do lag bolts all the way through to the inside as well for these, so they're super strong. Because if those pigs hit the bottom of that and they're just little screws, it'll rip them out. So, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go down to get the tractor and bring up the wood, and I'll just see if we can find a place where these are gonna go. So I need the roller to be on the left side of the door at the bottom, so it's always running. I'm pretty sure the pigs will chew this off, but at least the post will be there to stop the door from opening. And then this is the bracket that'll go on the right side of the door when it's closed to hold the bottom of the door closed, and so the bottom doesn't fling out if the pigs push on it. And then just a handle, so that'll go on as well. We're not going to put them on right now, but we will just make sure there's space for them. So it's a beautiful 28 degrees with high humidity. Very difficult to work out in the sun with this. I'll put that in Fahrenheit. I think it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put it in Fahrenheit below for you. We'll go get the pound fork so that we can bring all these boards back up to the shop. And let's just see where we can put these brackets. Okay, so there's the brackets up there. And the rolling one actually is going to have a lot of space. So it's going to go right down here, so that the door runs on that and it can be adjusted. And on this side, this bracket, I might have to build up the bottom of the door, but it's going to go down here to catch the door like that. So I'll probably build that one out. Hi, pigs. You know what that is? You came to me. Remind me, I do have to go back and tighten those lag bolts that go into the brackets when we get everything sorted. Okay, so I have my boards. What I've done is well, that was bad of me. I almost cut those wrong. I'm going to flush up this side, making sure that my lines are straight, and this will be the overhang, which will be the cutoffs. So let me just go make sure that they're straight and flush with this side. .79 inches, which is here. Now we'll just flip these up, put forward. I bought this circular saw probably like 20 years ago, and that's the original blade. Never changed it, and it's awful. Now for the center section that I can't get to with the blade, I'll use the Sawzall, and we'll just make a mess of it right now. I don't know if you guys remember my pallet wrecking video, but all these blades are so dull. There we go. All my boards are the right length. I now lay down 8 of them. So we have to have a bit of a talk. This door is going to be a temporary door. So what I'm going to do is put the 8 slats. I'm going to run horizontal boards across, and I'm going to screw them all together, only on the front. So I'm expecting cupping and warping to happen, but this is a temporary door. The reason I'm saying temporary is because I also have to figure out a way of allowing a small hatch so that the pigs can get in and out without having the door fully open. So for now, I'm going to leave it partially open so they can go in and out. But before winter, I'd like to put something at the top that goes down so they only have a small exit hole to get out of, so it stops the wind and snow from going in. But I don't know how to do that until I get it up and think about it some more. So temporarily, we're going to put these boards together and put 3 or 2 strappings across, PL'd and screwed down. And then I'll mount the 2 brackets on the top and we'll slide it on and see how it works. I'm going to be joining the 3 supports with premium glue all the way down the PL. Fast grab. And then I'll be putting a ton of screws in all of them. So let's mark out where that is so I can squiggle this on. And then I'll start driving screws through. I've stood up the door because I'm tired of working on the ground. Now I'm just going to measure across the center. So 57, half of 57. So 57 is 28 and a half, 28 and a half. Measure down 28 and a half. Confirm. Perfect. Screw the rest. Right, now that the door is laid down where I can work on the top of it to mount the brackets on the outside, I'm going to go on the second board and mount that like that. So first of all, I have to drill a hole in the top. In case I have to adjust the height of this door, I can do that by raising up this jam nut, and then this will have to go inside. So I have to make a relief cut in here to accept some space for this to go in and out. Then I can drill my 3 holes and use my lag bolts to attach that. Now my worry is that these are supposed to go this way, but if they're too long, they're going to hit the door jamb on the back side. So I might come in this way. Do we have washers? Look at that. All right, here we go.
It's like that that meme when you finally use that one part that you've been hoarding.
Yep.
20 years. I can put a kettlebell on it. You want to put a kettlebell on it? Yeah. All right, side quest, side quest. We need these. All right, what's happening?
Okay, so we are going to take this, slide it in through the doors, into the pig area, lift it up and slide it onto the rail, and hopefully I built it so that it can slide in front and work. So let's try it out now.
You want to go the other way, dude?
Maybe we'll flip it on a little bit. We're gonna have to go over the fence, yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Over the fence.
Over the fence.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that thing's too high. It's not gonna fit there. So good. Just flip it over. Right on the fence. And I'll go over to...
Hold on. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, you get in the middle.
Alright.
Yeah, there you go. Just hold it, yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
You gotta coordinate. I think we're 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Over. 2, 1. Ready?
Alright, there you go.
Dude. Nice work. Looks good.
Alright, let's put stuff away.
Mm-mm.
Nope, nope, sorry. Sorry. Alright, so the door is in. We had a bit of a struggle because the screw was catching at the top, but I'm very happy with that. I will have end stops there and on the other side. Plus when I put the roller and the bracket down there and a door handle. And that'll be much better because in the wintertime when this fills up with snow, I don't have to keep shoveling it. I can just slide this open much better. So as I was saying before, for now we're gonna have to leave this open a bit so that the pigs can get in and out. And then I want to put something up in this section so that it's blocked out and just the bottom section is open all winter long. Or I cut an access panel in the door here like the old one did, but I don't really want to do that. All right, we just installed the wheel, so what will happen is the wheel will stay there and the door won't go any further back than that, so it'll always have positive connection there. And we've just built out this side, so when you slide the door closed, that bracket will sit right there and not touch the electrical plug. And then we'll put a handle here. Alright, so handle is now on, and the foot bracket, so let's see how that works. So when you slide this over, it locks into place and the animals won't get out. I will put a latch of some sort on it, but there it is. There's the finished barn door. Thanks very much for your help, Aiden.
Yeah, no problem.
And if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. What did you do on your land today? Because today I built a barn door, sliding barn door, as opposed to the bifold closet doors that were on there. So the only thing left to do is to put a small hatch somehow, but we'll work on that after. Thanks very much. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.